Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you guys are seeing my face for the first time, hi, my name is Maya and I just vlog my life and upload it here on the internet. Here's the sitch. I had this vision of vlogging my last days of December, also vlogging Christmas and showing you guys everything I got, and those were all gonna be like separate videos. And then life happened, as it often does, and plans change, as they often do, and so I'm just going with the flow of change. So I'm basically combining Christmas morning with the last days of December vlog. Here is all of the Christmas morning footage. Good morning and Merry Christmas to everybody!
Merry Christmas! Happy birthday, Jesus!
And I are celebrating Christmas morning together. My dad and I are celebrating Christmas evening, so you guys might be seeing a little bit of both. But as per our normal Christmas tradition, we have made, what now, Mom? What's on the menu?
Well, I'm a pastry chef and I make amazing cinnamon rolls, but this child every time asks for my homemade butterbeer recipe.
Yes.
Harry Potter fans, if you know, you know. And those orange cinnamon rolls that come out of a can by Pillsbury, they are what they are.
Speaking of, by the way, I have some branded content with Pillsbury. Shout out to Pillsbury, and they have made some amazing holiday treats forever and always. I will always love them. Also, speaking of Harry Potter, we have an entire game that we're going to be playing later on this morning along with Polar Express. But yes, we're about to open presents now that you're not going to hear a voiceover for because I choose to not grace y'all with my screaming. Last night was pretty good. She allowed me to open one. Best Christmas gift ever.
News to come.
Very much so. I'll be wearing it later today, if that gives you guys any indication. Alrighty, so talk to you guys in a bit.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Now bring out some pity pudding. Now bring out some pity pudding. Now bring out some pity pudding. And bring some right now. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring some right now. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Can't have any freaking pudding if you don't eat your meat.
Well, that was fun. I now have a bow on my head, if you guys couldn't tell. We're gonna try and attempt to get me under that tree with the gifts for a picture. So have fun seeing how that turns out at the behind the scenes. I'll set you guys over here so you can watch the fun.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bell ring, snowing and blowing and bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock, jingle bell chime and jingle bell time, dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square, in the frosty air. What a bright time, it's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go gliding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet, jingle around the clock.
So, as you guys can see, I just finished editing a Bookmas video. I am uploading it now. I also filmed it today amidst all of the thingies. So you guys saw this morning, then I filmed, then I showered and napped, and now we're here. And it's only 2 in the afternoon. Woo! Next up, we are about to head out to my dad's house to spend a little time over there. I am gonna at some point get substantial food in my system and then hang out a little bit there, and then Mom and I have a fun night. If that happens, we'll let you know when it happens, because it might not. So I'm not gonna speak too soon and then not have it happen. And yeah, okay, so see you guys in a little bit. And now I'm gonna cut in here. After Christmas morning, I was getting into the afternoon, I was editing, and then I told you guys that I was gonna go over to my dad's house. I thought it was just gonna be me, his new wife, his wife's son, and then that was gonna be it. And they know I'm a YouTuber, so they allow me to like vlog there and everything. Well, the daughter came over with her family, and I didn't want to do that because there were kids there, and you know, it was their time, so I didn't want to take away from that. So I just decided I wasn't going to film, but I wanted to include that because it was a fun start to the day. It was just a fun time, and I got some nice footage of a wonderful Christmas morning, so I wanted to show that to you guys. And now we're going to get into the last days of December. And I'm still kind of determining if I want to show the lowest of lows first and then get into the higher stuff, or if I just want to do the build up to there. But I'm already answering my own question. I think I'm just going to do the build up to there, and I'll come in later and explain kind of what happened at the very end. I may be looking different because it may be a different day, but we'll deal with that when we come to it, right? So anyways, here are the last days of December. Hi guys, it is Friday, December 27th. Y'all saw me Christmas Day for Christmas morning. Now it's the 27th. Yesterday I was just at work, so I wasn't really able to film much because I literally woke up and then went straight to work because I slept till the last minute for getting there on time. Okay, and I couldn't, listen, filming takes some time, so I didn't want to like set up the camera and try to even talk about the day. It wasn't going to happen. And it was also my full-length day, so I was working from 11 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. There was a little mini break in between, but I used that to get coffee, and I think that was the much better choice than trying to even get into the happenings of the day, because it was just interesting. It was very interesting. So yesterday, because it was the day after Christmas and our department handles all of the busyness leading up to Christmas, the day after is so slow. Like, we don't work on Christmas at all, but like Christmas Eve was actually insane. And then I heard it got even more insane when I left, and I was like, I would have totally been there to work because, you know, monies. But I thought I was like scheduled because I talked to one of my managers about it, and so they tried to put me in for the schedule to duplicate it so that multiple people could come in at the time. Apparently it didn't take for me, so I was literally only scheduled from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., which was totally fine, but I literally escaped the actual busyness of the day, which I'm not mad about because we're always on the clock, but Christmas Eve, we were like literally on call for every single site. And yo, those sites are huge. Plus we deal with sites that are like rural based. So like the sites themselves are not necessarily like, they're more out of the city than the city warehouses, but we're still delivering to another location so that drivers could come in, pick up all of the packages and deliver them even further out. I was busy yesterday and I didn't pick up a camera. That was where we got off on. Today I'm able to get on camera because I'm waking up super early to sign a lease. I'm getting an apartment. You guys are gonna see that video either before or after this, probably after, but hey, guess what? I'm getting an apartment and I'm signing with the roomie. She and I go to church together. We've known each other for a little bit. Well, not like known each other. We knew of each other for a little minute and then we started to hang out a little bit more, and then people started commenting on like, hey, both of you want to move out. It's about time for both of y'all. So whenever you're ready, go for it. And we're like, we're ready, let's go for it. And then things just like kind of happened from there. We took a tour, we started the application process, we started all of the different screening as a tenant things, getting all of the insurances, getting all of the extra utility things, and just, it's been a time. And quite frankly, all of that amidst preparing for Christmas, amidst like work things, amidst life things because of split family relationship, it's like great. There's a lot of stuff that's going on in my head right now. A lot of stuff is vying for attention. A lot of stuff is taking priority in my brain, and I'm just like, I just want to make this good for my roommate because she's so excited, so I don't want to dampen that excitement with like everything that's going on and like my attention being other places. So I'm just like, hey, anything you want, go for it. So you know, it's been a time over here. I've been kind of like low-key stressing on certain things. It's just a lot of happenings going on that I don't know what is showing on my face because I'm inexpressive, but a lot of things are going on right now, and so my face may take a minute to react to things because I'm also a late expressive, if that makes sense. So anyways, so yeah, so all that to say, I'm up early. I'm about to go and sign a lease on a new apartment. I just had to go outside the house for a little minute, go to the bank, just make sure all my funds are together. Praise the Lord, they are. So we're ready, we're doing this. I'm moving out. My roomie is actually gonna be moving in on like the 28th or the 29th. I'm moving first week after January because I'm gonna be going to Colorado January 1st through the 8th. And so I was just like, you know what, I'm not even gonna start the moving process. I'm just not. I'll just, you know, I'll help you pay for the initial everything and then I'll be there second week of January. And quite frankly, that's fine because the way that it was set up and the special that was going on for the apartments, we basically have January and February paid for. So like, I have nothing to worry about. Whenever I move in is whenever I decide to move in. We got the apartment. That's all I care about, honestly. I mean, I would regardless because I live with my mom, so my mom's not gonna kick me out on the street. Mom, if you're watching this, it was a joke, okay? You would never. I know that. Still, it is nice to go out and have my own space. I am blessedly across the street from a Starbucks. I'm not gonna get any sort of coffee because I have coffee from home with me and I have a lot of bills to pay coming up. So we're not even gonna touch the Starbucks coffees. What we are gonna touch though, what we are gonna go and get is the water though, because their water hits. And now I know the reason why, because one of my managers now, used to be a lead, now he's a manager. We love his promotion. He used to be a barista and he knows all of the secrets about Starbucks because he used to be a barista at Starbucks. That is so cool. So I get all the inside tea, which is great and fantastic. And now I kind of need to like test out the coffee making skills for sure. But also he would need the equipment for that as well. Because you got to admit, certain equipment just hits better in some ways just because it does the job a little bit better, and that's why larger companies have the better equipment, and we get, you know, we're getting there with our Keurigs and other coffee bar essentials, but, you know, there really is a reason why Starbucks and Dunkin' and, what is that one place that everyone goes to? Black Rock? There's a reason coffee places exist. Fast food coffee places specifically. There's a reason that, like, cafes exist. It ain't necessarily for the coffee. It is. But, like, vibes. Vibes first, then the coffee. If you're at a cafe. Sit-down cafe. That's all I'm going to say on that. Anyways, yeah, so that's what's happening today. And then immediately afterwards, I have work. Yay. I don't know if it's going to be a slow or fast day. I do know I'm going to start reading something, though, because yesterday I started reading something. I started reading one of the books that I had. I think A Wreath of Snow is the name of the book. I'll find it and I'll show you guys on break. But I started reading that book 50% of the way through. It's so good. I'll talk to you guys more about it later, though, because I actually do need to go. I'm kind of cutting it a little bit on time. I do want to get some water from there, though, and then head over and sign the lease and just get it done, and the stress will come off in that aspect. So let's go.
Hey, welcome to Starbucks. My name's Chris. How you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Yeah, maybe some fast. What are we in celebrate today?
I would like a venti iced water, please.
And then the ice water with us.
That'll be it. Thank you.
Awesome. See you when we're done.
Awesome. Thank you. Water has been secured. We're sitting right outside of the building where I'm going to be signing my lease, so I'm going to go in and do that, and I will catch you guys up on how I'm feeling in a little minute if I get a chance to. I might just have to go straight to work, but I'll let you guys know what I'm feeling afterwards. But I feel like there's going to be a huge weight lifted off, because currently there is weight, so hopefully it'll be off. Stay tuned. So I'm currently standing outside of the leasing office for what is our new apartment, and we had to do some extra things before we can sign the lease, but we're figuring all of that out now, and then we're also figuring out how we're paying everything and paying each other, and it's just quite a time over here. Let me just say, if this was supposed to ease my stress, it just like skyrocketed for a little mini second, but now I'm calmed back down because I was able to get everything and get it all together, get our totals and everything, and it's all good. I think the worst has passed stress-wise, so I should be fine, and everything is all good. I'm taking a breather, don't worry. I have my coffee, so all is right with the world. We are fine. Everything that I'm worried about, like, it's already been done. It's already been taken care of. I'm just like amplifying it because it hasn't gotten done yet, so I feel like it's on me to get everything squared away and make sure it's all good, and then once it happens, then the stress is off. But like, everything is fine and chill. I just have to wait a little minute, so my stress is starting to calm down. I'm starting to rational talk myself down from the metaphorical ledge, so we're all good. We're all good. We're getting it together. I'm gonna have to go back to my bank to put in the monies, and then I will be heading to work. And then at some point today, I'm gonna get the lease, and then I'm gonna have to e-sign that, send that to them. They'll be able to sign that form and say that we're all good to go. And then tomorrow morning, we'll be coming back, signing the lease and getting the keys. Cheers. Adulting, we love it. That was a whirlwind time trying to get to the bank again with traffic and then depositing everything. I'm gonna get gray hairs early. That's just the tea. It's self-induced, honestly, because like everything is going according to plan. Everything is on time. it's just like, and right now I am feeling just relief that I am where I need to be on time. And that's all I feel in the moment. We'll see how I feel a little bit later, but we need to head in for work. Even though I'm early, I want to set up, I want to use the restroom, I want to, and then just slowly ease into my work day. Sounds very nice. All right, let's go. Good morning. It is Saturday, December 28th. Yes, I'm counting down the days of December because this is the last days of December vlog, so that's why I am counting down the days. I don't know if I mentioned that on yesterday. I almost said on Friday, but Friday was yesterday. So yeah, let's deal with my brain fog issues later though. I know I talked with you guys a little bit about what was going on in the morning, and I was like in very like higher spirits, and now I'm just sounding like so tired, and I truly just am. I did not think that this process was gonna be like so draining, because I don't think it would have been had it not been so quick, but because we're going about it so quickly. Oh, someone angered someone else. Because we didn't really go slow on this process, everything is feeling very quick, everything is feeling very rushed, and everything feels a little bit more weighty. Stupid alarm. And I don't know, everything just feels like there's a lot more weight to it. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just like a me thing where I'm like feeling all of the things because I haven't been able to just like sit with the decision. It was like the decision was made, the appointment was set, and then boom, 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 boom ever since. And I only got a few days to be like off of the apartment mindset, but while I was off the apartment mindset, I was on work mindset, because work, a lot of things are going on, a lot of changes are happening. It's also the holiday season, and don't even get me started on the holiday mindset. Oh, don't even get me started. Like, honestly, no, everything is like so good and everything, and I feel so, on one hand, I feel so at peace. On the other hand, I feel so stressed. And I'm like, I know if I just gave it to God, like, I wouldn't have to worry about it. It's like, here, your responsibility, God. You take it all. You take all the choices, you take all the decisions, you take all the timelines. I'll just be here doing what I do and not worrying. But see, the thing is, I'm human and I worry about things, and so I inadvertently like tease like, oh, you can have it, God, but then like, oh no, you can't. Nope, I don't trust it. And yeah, that's not okay. And yeah, that makes like zero sense. Like, if you believe that God can take away the burden of those choices, of those decisions, of that responsibility, and like, not to say that you don't struggle with life or anything, we all struggle. And even like, if in the Bible, even, we are not promised that just because we follow God that we have an easier life. So we're not saying that automatically life becomes problem free. What we are saying is the burden is lighter because we no longer carry the burden ourselves. Shouldn't I then be more willing to lay that stuff down at his feet? Yes. Is it easier said than done? Also, yes. So that's what's going on right now. I'm just, I'm struggling laying all of the everything down at his feet, even though I like pray and be like, help me to lay it all down at your feet because it hurts. Like, it's a physical weight. Am I making sense here? I don't know if that makes any sense. I end up taking it on, and I end up bearing the weight, and oftentimes it's almost like I'm selfish with it. Like, I want all of the pain for myself, and then it's like, why do you want all the pain for yourself? You know, so that's kind of what's going on. Anyways, all that to say, I am feeling a lot of stuff right now, but in the back of my head though, I am very excited about the apartment. I'm excited about the prospect. I'm excited about what this new step of life is going to include. I am excited about learning how to live with my new roomie and just kind of figuring the dynamic out and learning how to live with someone who aren't my parents. So it's going to be interesting to learn dynamic, to learn the person. And because every single person like learns and grows and matures every single day, right? You get to see that change and shift, and you hopefully get to change and shift as well, and then bringing those personalities to change and shift and mold and figure each other out is going to be very interesting. I'm very interested to see how this experience goes, and I'm very excited to, you know, figure that experience out, you know. And you know, honestly and truly, I think this experience is going to grow me for the better overall. I firmly believe that, and I firmly believe that it's going to set me up for whatever next step happens afterwards. But right now, we're not focusing on the staircase, we're focusing on the next stair step. And to focus on the next stair step, that means I need to go inside my bank and figure out if our payment went through, and then figure out next steps after that, depending on what the answer is. So I'm going to go into my bank now and figure life out, and then I will catch you guys up when there's something to catch you guys up on. All right? See you guys in a bit. All right, ladies and gents, the payment went through, so that's great. The problem is that it's still processing, and my bank says it may like hard hit next week. And my roomie wanted to move in today, so I don't know if they're gonna allow her to move or if we're gonna have to extend the move-in date, because again, everything happened so quickly. Like literally not even a week ago we had toured the actual place, and then we started like getting the screening process and stuff, which is great because yeah, I want to be in a place that screens us. So they screened us, and then we did all of the steps in this checklist, and then we went in to get everything together, get our portal for our apartment so that we'd be able to like pay them and stuff, and also have like all of the tea and information about like the complex and what's happening and any new updates or whatever to our complex and things. So we were getting all of like the office work done and everything, and so we finally got the lease signed yesterday, which that happened, by the way. I said that we were going to be signing the lease later on in the day, and we did get the lease. We got it a little bit closer to the end of their work day, but we were reassured that like, okay, you already have the lease, it's already countersigned by us, so we all have our signatures, we're all in agreement. Now you can make the payment outside of business hours, and once that payment hits, then we'll be able to start the actual move-in process, give you the keys, etc., etc. By the way, I'm saying all of this information for any y'all out there who may be finding your own apartment for the first time as well. Hey, you never know. This will also, by the way, be in the video that I'm going to be making about like, you know, getting the apartment for the first time, my thoughts, my feelings, the actual day that we toured. I got a little like clip of the places that I will be in, more than likely. Not my roomies stuff and everything. I mean, it's literally blank, nothing was moved in, but still, I'm only showing what I feel okay with showing, because I'm going to be showing those places, but potentially the kitchen and the living room and my bedroom and my bathroom. Like, I mean, I hardly ever film in the bathroom anyway. Like, the only time I would ever see me actually filming in the bathroom would be like if I ever did a facial routine, or if I ever did makeup. Aside from that, like one place in the house that I'm like totally comfortable with showing, and that is going to be like the bedroom / studio. I'm hoping to get with a friend and like figure out a little gaming setup situation because I want to start cozy games and I want to stream doing cozy games. And by cozy games I just mean Animal Crossing, but there are some other cozy games that I have been watching Cozy K play. Shout out to Cozy K. She is one of my favorite comfort YouTubers, and I want to start playing some cozy games. Sue me. So yeah, we're gonna hopefully be able to do that, and then hopefully, like, because I have such a big closet and I don't really like have that many clothes, although watch me say that and then I fill it out and I need more space, but I don't think I have that many clothes, so I could do like one half of it be like a little mini bookshelf situation and put my TBR cart there, and then the other half actually be like my outfits and stuff depending on it, or I'll find a way to do half desk, half reading situation, and then like just bed, and that's it, because like we don't have all the space in the world in the apartment, like you'll see in the apartment video, but like we do have space in our personal rooms, and I want to like make it the like most used room of them all, just because for the content thing I don't want to force that on whoever I live with. Like even potential future husband, I'm not forcing him to get on camera. Oh heck no. You know, so that's that. I respect other people's privacy. If they want to be on camera, sure, fine. Half the time I don't put people on camera or even let them know that I do YouTube, because like I don't want to look weird in front of them. It's like I have a personality with you guys because it's easy, because it's just you and I, and then we add a third person into the equation, and then I'm just suddenly like, oh, people are watching me talk to you guys. So yeah, anyways, that all being said, yeah, hopefully everything gets through today and my roomie is able to move in. She's moving in early. I'm moving in later because I'm literally going to Colorado for the entire first week of January, and it's the 28th. I'm just gonna like chill in my room because like my bed is a nice bed and I'm not taking that mattress with me, so I am going to like use my bedroom to the fullest these next couple of days, and I'm also gonna start to create a plan on how I'm gonna like get all of that over there. And it's not like it's a lot, it's just half of it is honestly clutter that I should have thrown away a long freaking time ago. And I know my mom, if my mom ever watches this, might say, oh, but there might be something that's sentimental. There's really not. There's like 4 trinkets that are sentimental that I've already put in a box to go up into the attic to be safe and collect dust. So we're good on the sentimentality there. There's not much in the way of sentimentality that I have. If she has some sentimentalities towards something, she can take it. Otherwise, hi, Goodwill, you get a lot of stuff. Or hey, trash can, you're gonna be holding a lot more stuff than you have been for a while, so that's fine. While I'm here, I'm gonna also like get my half of the electric payment because we have electric and internet now. That was part of like getting ready to move in, so we already have that, thankfully. So I'm just gonna go and get that, and then I'm gonna go to Starbucks because I am so like freaking stressed. I don't even care at this point. Plus we've paid all of the bills and I have money left over, so you know dang well I'm getting me a Starbucks. I'm gonna get me a Starbucks, okay? And then we are going to head to the apartment complex, figure out next steps, and then I go to work. I get to celebrate a new apartment with my job. Whee! I promise to myself that once we get everything situated, all of the bills to be paid, I know what's coming in income-wise, I'm gonna start not taking as many shifts, not just for the sake of being able to do my content thingy, but also to just like actually breathe. I moved into an apartment with a roommate so that I wouldn't have to freaking struggle for my life, doggy paddling my way up through life, treading water, just trying to keep my nose at least above the water to breathe for finances in life, okay? We're trying to get to the place where we have that cute little floaty with the drink holder and the armrest so that I can like have my book, have a little snack thingamabobber, and a little cup holder, and just like be drinking my drink, reading my book, enjoying the sun, straight chilling. Not that I think that this is going to be the solution to that, but it's definitely going to feel like it, as opposed to what I could have done, which is struggle bus. Which, don't get me wrong, I don't mind the struggle bus. But if I can help it and avoid it, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of would like to. Sorry, you know, we're all on the struggle bus together. We're just choosing which bus we're gonna get on. Okay? And I'm choosing a different one. It'll come with its own struggles. Don't get me wrong. You know, it'll come with its own struggles, but I signed up for those struggles, at least, you know? I may not know every single struggle, but I know a few. And I signed up for them. Anything else that goes beyond that, well, I did sign up for them. They were there, written in the contract, in the fine print. I was just too lazy to read it. Anyhow, I'm gonna do what I say I'm gonna do now, and I'm gonna bring you guys along for as much as I possibly can. There's really not a lot I can bring you guys on, but I'll bring you guys along with what I can, and you guys get all of the emotion and the feeling as we're going through the day. Lucky you guys, huh? Alright, see you guys in a sec. A version of editing Maya here to cut into the regularly scheduled programming to say, that was the end of that day. I was planning on bringing you guys along more, but it was a time, it was a struggle. We'll talk more about it in the sit-down video where I am going to talk to you guys about getting the apartment, my thoughts, my feelings, the true emotionality that was going on now that I can look back and I can see what everything was. What I choose to show you guys is what I was feeling at the time and how I was best able to articulate it. What I show in the upcoming video about the apartment, which may not be the next video, but it'll be a video upcoming. It will be able to explain what you guys were seeing, what I was feeling, what I thought I was feeling versus what I know now was the actual feeling, if that makes sense. But anyways, all of that to say, yeah, I didn't update at any point after that. I wanted to, but I didn't because I was struggle busing hardcore and I didn't know how to deal with that. And if I don't know how to deal with the emotions, I'm not going to bring it online for the entire world to see. I'm going to figure out what's going on and then I'm going to articulate. Okay, good talk. Okay. Back to our regularly scheduled programming and the next day. Hi guys, it's my face again. Listen, you know you're tired when you take a 4-hour nap after just like the longest week. It feels like, not even gonna front, it is Sunday. It looks later than it is. It's like 6:50 right now in the evening, and I normally am at church at this time, but because it's Fifth Sunday Fellowship, our small group went out to do something instead of going to the evening service. Like, we don't have evening service, so they allow all of the small groups to get together and fellowship, and I was gonna do that today, but I have had a week, like, up here, and I just, like, was feeling it physically, and I did not know how heavy a lot of stuff was actually, like, on my body physically until I went to service this morning. This week has been so fast-paced. I haven't gotten to sit down, breathe, and I haven't made an intentional, purposeful time to sit down, breathe, and pray and figure out what is actually going on with me. Like, why am I feeling the way that I am? Why is, you know, a bunch of different things just hitting me so hard? And I was finally able, through this discussion, to understand what it was and now how to go about, you know, taking the steps forward to learn and grow from it. All of the actions and the reactions that have been in the past, they happened. Now moving forward, okay, make amends if need be, sit down, meditate, figure it out, forgive where needed, and then keep going in the light of the new knowledge. I don't have to carry that burden. I don't have to carry it alone. I don't have to carry it completely. In fact, I could just lay it down at God's feet and just be like, I'm done with you. Now, will I put it right back on? Probably. But next time when I put it back on, I'll know how to relieve it a little faster. Now, whether I do or not, that's on me. But there is a way to lighten. There is a way to ease. This life is never going to be easy. It was never meant to be easy, but it was meant to be kinder for His glory and for our good. So yeah, I just kind of needed a moment to like breathe and reflect and actually, give God the burden of it. I did talk to the people that I talked to get some advice, to get some wisdom. And so I'll get to pray about that as well, figure out what stuff to use in the situation at hand, and then hopefully learn and grow from this experience and not have it be as stark of a sting in either direction next time, and not have it be something that I explode with. And thankfully, past me would have exploded. Current me didn't. I could still have gone about a lot of things a little bit better probably, and not internalized at all. But people do be peopling. Coping mechanisms do be a thing that, it's all I knew at the time. And it wasn't the best coping mechanism. Internalizing things, it keeps building up. Just a little bit, and then boom! We don't know when it's gonna go boom. So in order to avoid the boom, say, hey, can we talk about it so that we both are aware of what is going on and how we want to further communicate and act and react towards each other, if at all possible. There's things like that maybe can calm the volcano instead of, and sometimes conversations cannot be had with people, unfortunately, whether it's because they don't want to or it's literally impossible to. There are other methods. I don't like going into a conversation immediately thinking, assuming, and maybe even being right about the assumption that the other person is going to be defensive about it, because it's not pleasant. However, unpleasant conversations lead to productive, healthy growth in the friendship, in the person, in listener and talker, because you guys both got to be listening and talking together, but not the listen where you're just doing to say something, but you're absorbing what they're saying, thinking about it, and then being okay, here's my response to that. Or if you need time and you need time to process, or it is something that is just ooh, that kind of hurts a little bit. You know what? I'm gonna have to put a pause in this conversation. We'll come back, but let me take myself out of the equation for a little minute to process what was just said to me, feel the emotion, come to a thought about it, and then we can have the conversation. Does it always happen like that? No, but it is something to strive towards for sure. And also it's probably could be getting better and better and better, but that's where we start, right? With conversation. So anyways, all that to say, I've all of that vagueness to get to, I've been having a week with a lot of different things, and I'm having to learn how to react in the right way. It's hard because I remember a past self that wouldn't have cared a dang amount about any of the people involved, I would have just been so on the defensive, so self-absorbed, so selfish. So I am liking seeing that throughout, you know, in the end, I truly do want all parties to be okay with everything. In the end, I do care about the people. And so it's nice to see growth in caring about people and other people's wants and needs and desires and things like that. And feelings also. It's just so hard to navigate not reverting to past reactions and bluntness, but also having those conversations, those tough conversations that are so hard to have because you don't want to offend. On some level, if certain things offend someone, they're going to offend them. You can't stop someone from feeling offended by something you say regardless of your intention. What you can do though is try and say it in the way that you best believe that they would take it, knowing them, knowing their interactions with you and how you guys are and your dynamic. That you can do. And so, you know, but the conversation still needs to be had. And I am not a confrontational person, right? But I also know, you know, so many people were brave enough who were also not confrontational to come at me with truth, regardless of how I was going to react. And a lot of the times I was defensive, but it built up our relationship because, yeah, I got defensive. Yeah, I said stuff. Then I went away. Then I was like, yeah, I get it, God, okay. Something I need to work on. Worked on it. Talked with them about it. And were able to build a stronger friendships, at least for the ones that were genuine with it. There were some people that would start a confrontation to start a confrontation. I don't know what was going on in their life or in their heart, but like, I can't hold that against them either because you know what? Some of the things that they said, no matter how ill-intentioned, were the truth. And I needed to hear that so that I could work on it for His glory and my good. So God can use any intention. God can use any wording choice that we happen to just exude, right? But that doesn't negate our responsibility of what comes out, right? We have a responsibility for what comes out, how it comes out. We're not responsible for their reactions. We can't avoid conversations because we think it's going to lead to confrontation. If we automatically assume confrontation on another person, then we're already viewing the conversation wrong. You're not trying to look for an argument, or you shouldn't be coming to it looking for an argument, looking to instigate. You should just come with the honest truth of, this happened, it hurt me. Just thought you should know. Because people don't know what they don't know, and they don't know how to fix what they don't know is a problem. So yes, it needs to be pointed out, but in love, kindness, patience, grace, not an accusation. There's just a lot that's been going on in my head and in my heart, and I just needed a time to breathe and to pray and to just relax. And so honestly, I had a chance on Saturday to get more work hours, and I declined them because a lot of reasons, but I am not going to be working Monday or Tuesday, even though I probably should. I'm not going to, because I need to breathe. And I would like to prepare myself for the new year in the best way that I could possibly think of, and that is to sit down with my God, have a Bible study time, pray, read His Word, journal, and maybe start looking at the new year as a whole for some goals and things, like a relative view of the path ahead, and Of course it's gonna change and everything is gonna go like all around roller coaster ride instead of just like a little straight train track, and that is okay. Or actually, you know, it's better to think like my view can go all around like a roller coaster train track. It's gonna be a nice smooth ride. I don't have to make it chaotic. I probably will because I'm me, but I will be enjoying the ride, whatever happens. And so, I don't know, anything past that. I do have my Pinterest board all filled with some ideas. I have a printer in the back at the ready, some scissors ready to go as well. So who knows, we'll maybe make a vision board, like a physical vision board, but we might also make a digital vision board. I think I might do both potentially. It just really just depends at this point. So we might actually get a vision board by the beginning of January. Now, will I be showing that in January? Probably not. Who knows? I have no idea. But we might be doing a vision board. I definitely know I had asked my mom, hey, do you want to walk around like Tempe Marketplace and just absorb all the Christmassy stuff? And she was down because I think it's still up. It probably stays up till January if I'm correct. If not, there's still the Christmassy vibes in the stores. So we're gonna go and do that, and we're gonna get some hot chocolate, and I'm gonna start a new book, and it's gonna be all good. It's gonna be a great time. I just needed a night though to just be and have nothing going on, to relax, to talk to God, to get all of the stuff and lay it at his feet, and then just sleep. And I got the sleep part. I got food, got my sleep, gonna get my prayer time on here in a second. I need to check if my mom's curling iron is on, which is ironic because we were talking about potential emergencies that could happen at the apartment because she wants to give me like a little fire extinguisher type thing, but like one of those like, it kind of looks like a glorified cat sprayer, like one of those little sprayers. And then also to lock the gate. Stay hydrated as well. Yes. Alrighty. Let's go and do the things just in case because I don't want the house to burn down. Let's go. This is the view behind you guys. Yep, I am taking you guys on a journey. There will be some parts that are cut out because I don't want you guys to see everything in my mom's room. Ha-ha! Ha-ha! Nothing was unplugged. Now to the gate. Mission accomplished. Alrighty. I'm heading out to go to Filiberto's through the drive-thru to get some rice to go with my tamales. I will get jeans on at some point tonight because I did tell my mom if I was still awake and if there were still lights, we would go to Cherry Lane, we would check them out. Last year we went so much later than this, by the way, and they were there. So I'm not even gonna think that they're not gonna be there. I might also find a place for some hot chocolate. Like, I know I can make hot chocolate from home, but I don't even know if we have hot chocolate packets. Maybe I should check that. I'm gonna check that before I head out. Alrighty, y'all, 2 things I haven't even left yet. 1, DoorDash literally told me that Filiberto's is on DoorDash and I could try some of their favorites. Ooh, a package just dropped. Secondly, and probably the most important news, we have hot chocolate packets at the ready. And I'm pretty sure we have marshmallows. Let me find out. It's a great evening. We have marshmallows. I do not have to go and get hot chocolate. I can make some hot chocolate. So, plan still stands though. I am gonna go through the drive-thru and get the rice and potentially some root beer or something because they do serve root beer there. Here's the thing. If I can help not spend it on DoorDash, I am not going to spend on DoorDash. Okay? I know that's my job and it keeps me alive and thriving over here, but like, seriously, don't waste your money if you don't have the money. It's a lot of money to pay us, okay? And to pay others. But hey, if you have the funds and you want to do it, go for it. We're about to be plunged into darkness. Okay, maybe not too much darkness. Let me get... Yep, there we are. Okay. Anyways, heading out now. We'll talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. We're back in the kitchen because mission accomplished, and now I'm switching out this ASU very thin, flimsy hoodie for the bigger fluffy hoodie over there. And then we're gonna walk Cherry Lane. I'm currently waiting for my water to friggin' heat up so I can make my hot chocolate to go along with it. But if it doesn't, listen, I'm not missing out on lights for the second time today, all because things aren't setting it up. Okay, alrighty? So we have about 6 seconds. It looks like it's boiling in there. So all good things, all good things. Just finished. I was just about to change out my jacket. Okay, lovely. Ooh, look at that steam. Yes! I did say I would leave without it, but I'm so glad I don't have to. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Enjoy the montage of the lights. It is Monday, December 30th. We are slowly getting closer to the end of the year. Tomorrow is the 31st, and then we're at New Year's. So in celebration of the new year, in celebration of about to take a week off for what feels like forever, and of getting an apartment and surviving a month of craziness at work and all of these other different things, I am taking these next 2 days off of work. I am coming to you at, I believe, like 4:15 p.m. and I have the best news to report. I have done nothing all day. And I have never had a do-nothing day this entire year. It may be the end of the year, but we got it in this year. And now, I didn't completely do nothing, but it felt like I did nothing. I did 2 loads of laundry and hung them all up. I called my bank to talk about my trip to Colorado, so I had to do the adulting thing, let them know, hey, let the charges go through when I'm in Colorado because I'm going to need the money when I get there, you know. And I feel like I did something else. Oh yeah, I edited some of my Spend the Christmas Morning with Me vlog, so that'll be up before this one, and this one will be up after that one, and before January, where I will be in Colorado. But all of these videos are going to come to you guys after I get back from Colorado, because yo, I know myself. I'm not going to be wanting to edit and upload and SEO and all of that and do all of that while I am on vacation with my sister and my little nephew, who is now like toddler and just thriving. Okay, I'm spending my time with them. Now, I will probably post pictures on Instagram. I'll probably be on TikTok of like the cute, fun little moments that I just want to document, because at the end of the day, all of my social medias, including this channel and my booktube channel, are basically video diaries of me now, like all of the books that I like now and my thoughts on them now, my ideologies surrounding life, being a bias for those reviews and rants now, and then being able to look back at it. This is a channel for my life. I get to just document life as it goes on, the parts that I want to be public on the internet, right? Don't want to air out all of the dirty laundry because it's not necessary and not needed. So, but the parts that I do choose to encapsulate, if you will, and then, you know, all of my social medias, my TikToks is pretty much whatever I do here, and some random like mouthing words and stuff. Actually, no, it's not. It's more music over top of it and just words nowadays. It used to be just mouthing to songs. There was a time when I would do like the mouthing to popular songs, and because I have somewhat of an expressive face, I would try to be expressive with that and be like, I would find things that suited my mood. Oftentimes it was just like sassy and snarky and mean girl-esque type stuff, and yeah. At the time, I thought it was fun. Now I look back at it, I think it's cringe. But that's also like everything about high school. No offense to my classmates, okay? It wasn't you guys. It was literally just like, it's how we were. At every other stage of life as we progress, we're going to look back on ourselves as kids, basically, and be like, what were you doing? Not everything. There will be things that we will be proud of. There's lots of things that we are like, no shame, but there are some things where it's just like, yeah, there's shame, and maybe there should be. Or not even shame, just cringe. I was like, ooh, what were you doing? I remember a brief period where yeah, we're not going to talk about that. Let's just say that I've done stuff. Also, I'm leaning on a counter. There's a counter like literally just right off camera, like barely below the lens. So I'm leaning on it for support as I'm talking to you guys, because apparently I need support and I just can't keep my body up for more than however long this intro of today is going to be. It's not the actual intro of the video, but like how much I'm catching you guys up on. Anywho, I had just long periods of just like really chilling, but also I stayed awake till 4 a.m. and woke up at like 8:30 a.m. So I had like about 4.5 hours of sleep. That did not help. Oh yeah, and then I woke up to a text from my roomie who was just like, yeah, you have the key fob, because we only got one. We can get a second one from the office, from the landlord, but we just need to like pay for it. And I'm just like, no, we're not doing that. We could share it. I mean, she's an early bird, I'm a night owl, that's perfect. If we're gonna go to the gym, we can do it at separate times, and then anything that is probably gonna be joint amenities, other than maybe time at the cafe, is probably just gonna be like the pool, and that's probably, if we have guests or anything like that who wanna go over to the pool, like that is where she may need the key fob. So we just decided, okay, we'll have a little mini hook by the door. Like, we'll probably get like a little row of hooks to put all of our different keys on there, because I need to put all of my keys together now, and I need to find a keychain to be able to hold all of it. So that's fun. Anywho, so I went to go and do that before, mind you, before getting coffee. So then I got some coffee on my way back home, because bless. And then I went about my day. Then I called the bank. Then I did the 2 loads of laundry. And just straight chilled. Like, I got lunch, took a couple hour long nap. I'm honestly calling it what it is. I have not had good proper sleep in a long time. So to be able to have days where I can just rest, yes, I'm going to do things, because I just can't not. Like, I'm gonna have to do a load of laundry, or go out to do some groceries, or do a chore here or there, but I'm not one to like do it all at once. So when I am feeling, you know, a little sluggish but like productive, a day like this is perfect. And honestly, I need more of these days, and I need to balance more of these days with my constantly working almost 24/7 life. And even on, you know, weeks where I do full-time work, I would have a day to myself, but I always dedicate that day to doing content and other things. And I do get paid for it on a different platform via, you know, my TikTok and Instagram. I almost said Snapchat. I don't have that. I mean, I do, but I don't use it. Instagram and TikTok. And then this is kind of just like my hobby, but safe space, but creative zone, but fun time. And, you know, I constantly want to learn how to improve on this craft, because this is such a craft. People who start this by themselves, there is so much that you have to learn about. And like, it's funny because I knew that as I was doing it, right? But then trying to explain to people how much work goes into it, it doesn't sound like a lot, or it doesn't sound like work, because hey, you're doing something you love, right? But even anyone who gets into their profession, even at the jump of what they love, there's always something that you don't like about it, because it is work. but you get to have a better outlook of it because ultimately you get to do most of the thing that you love to do and it doesn't even feel like work, you know? Because a lot of times passion projects, woodworking, sewing, crocheting, knitting, all of these different things, cooking, baking, they are work and they do things for people. Like it saves you time, effort, money, finance, you know, for the household, but you don't think of it like that because I liked it. So it can't have been work, but it's like, you can like work. We are made to work. That's why we feel an urge to do something when we are just like couch potatoes for too long. AKA, for example, when all of us kids have the summer off from school and we're just like dying to get to school by the end of it, almost practically a couple of weeks in, because we're so used to doing a bunch of different things and having a schedule and just keeping up with that. And then we have nothing unless you plan things out the entire time. But even then it's kind of just like it's all partying and doing nothing. There is a sense of adrenaline rush, I guess, positive adrenaline rush that you have when you, or positive endorphins is what I'm thinking of when you do work. Like we do like to work, just not as often as sometimes we push ourselves to, or maybe not the type of work that we just happen to be involved in for the time being as a means to support ourselves or our families or whatever. All that to say though, I did do some work today and I did do some chores and things, but I was also able to rest and relax and truly just breathe for a little minute. And also because I'm an introvert, I need time, literally need time alone. Specifically time alone with my God. So to have like a few hours to pray, to do devotions, to do those things. Or the other side, the human hobbyist in me, very much like, I don't know, journaling I want to get back into. The other day I scrolled for hours on Pinterest during downtime. We had a lot of downtime at nights and my long shifts just happened to go into the nights. Hours scrolling through Pinterest for the vision board that I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to be making tomorrow probably before I head out. And I'm going to screen record so you guys can see it and I can show you guys my thought process on that.
Editing me version number 2 popping in to say, okay, I was gonna just let it slide when I was talking about like the different video ideas and like what order they were gonna go in, because obviously I already introed this and I said the Christmas morning and the last days of December vlog were now gonna be meshed together to create the last days of December vlog plus Christmas morning. I mean, that's not what I'm titling it, but you guys get what I mean. Like all of the different footages and stuff. But then I started talking about just like all of the things that I would potentially want to do on my trip to Colorado, the social media stuff that I would like to do. Yeah, that wasn't going to happen. Same with this vision board. That's it is something that I have done. I've already created it, but I had to reconnoiter my thought process of what it was going to look like and how I was going to film it because of time constraints and life happenings and stuff. And so while this was the best laid plan and intention, it didn't happen, and that is okay. But I'm not going to pretend like I am going to continue on with that thought because it's not how it's going to be. So I just wanted to clarify that. Anyways, continue on with your regularly scheduled programming.
Reading is a huge one. Like, I know I've kind of made reading a side hustle potentially with that booktube channel, but like, hey, it ain't paying me. Until it pays me, it's not considered a side hustle. It's continued a hobby that just merges two of like some really fun things in my life and things that I like to think I have some knowledge in. Like, not a ton. I'm not claiming to be a pro. I won't ever. But something that I think I have a little bit of knowledge in. Okay, I gotta give myself a little bit of credit. I'm not entirely just like without thoughts or skill or anything like that. Oh, my mom's coming in. Good timing. Hola, mamacita. Oh, you look cozy. I was just about to tell them about our night because I kept rambling and squirrel brain, so she's actually going to help me stay on task here.
Okay.
Wow, that's a lot. Thank you.
That's a lot of people's taxes.
No, yeah, we're ready. I was just updating them. So now that I'm awake, I did get dressed for the evening, and I finally struggled into boots. Let's see if I can.
Oh.
Struggled into the boots. Now you're good. Struggled into the boots, and actually not at all. These went on better than they used to, and I know the reason why, and I'm happy about it. So we're gonna be heading out to Tempe Marketplace. Our big place is gonna be Barnes & Noble, but of my list, I would like to go to Barnes & Noble, Target, Bath & Body Works, see the Christmas tree, and potentially go to Old Navy. I wanted to because I want to get a black cardigan, but on the other hand, I need to make sure I save all of my funds for when I go to Colorado, because this apartment has taken all of my money. As it does, but there were a lot of down payments and other stuff. Like, as a first-time renter, I've already talked about this, so you guys already know, but because of those things, like, it drained me to like the very last, and now I have just a little bit of like fun money plus $40 in case I need to pay for a bag. And then my dad gifted me money for Christmas, so I do have money to play with, but also just like, I'd much rather spend it while I'm there with Sissy and my nephew, because I am that aunt that will spoil their nephew, and my nephew's gonna soon realize that. And for Christmas this year, as a birthday present to me, my mom actually bought these things that I'm going to gift to William, but I actually want to get him something that I bought too. And so when we get there, I've already recruited his mother on this, and I've already got the okay, so we're fine. It's okay. I am going to find some toys there as well, and individually, and Sissy also agreed to help me with this, individually wrap them so that he can open like seemingly a ton of gifts for Christmas. Half of these toys, mind you, are some like little Chick-fil-A kids toys, like the 4 and up ones, of just some fun games, because I'm not a kid, but like, kid menu prices are amazing, and the actual amount of food just fills you up. Seriously, try it. Even if you're super hungry, instead of looking at an entire menu and eating with your eyes and then ordering more food than is technically necessary for you and your stomach, seriously, just go for the kids meal. And if you're really feeling hungry too, and you'd be amazed at how much like less food you consume. It's crazy. So if you're like trying to like diet it out, but still like crave like the fast food things, that's it. If you want the fast food, but you're like really concerned about the money aspect, seriously, kids meals, menu prices, food amount, it hits. So anyways, but I have a few of these, and I think my little nephew will get the hang of it. I'm told he's already doing like 4+ like vocab cards, which is totally reminiscent of how I used to be. My mom can attest to this. And so I am so proud of that. And so I'll just give it to him, and hey, if he can't play with it now, he can play with it later. My theory, but anyways, so yeah, that's what we're doing. That's where we're going. That is the plan, and we're about to head out now. I'm gonna fill up my water for one last little chug, and then we're gonna be heading out. PSA, drink your water. It's cold season, but you still need water to hydrate. All right, good talk. Yes! So I got one thing from Barnes & Noble, I got a couple of things from Bath & Body Works, and I just thought I would give you guys a little mini haul of what I got. So first off, we went to Barnes & Noble because my mom wanted to talk about a book signing. She landed that, by the way. And then I found quite a few books that I was interested in, and one that was based off of a movie that I watched, or the movie was based off of the book, and it should come as no shock to me who the author was, but I was like, that's a little pricey. But as we were walking up to the front, and this is my mom's fault because she said we should go through the front, so I blame her for this, I saw Christmas at the Cupcake Cafe by Jenny Colgan, who is easily becoming probably one of my favorite authors because her writing style, chef's kiss. If you guys don't know, I actually have the book right here. I read Christmas at Rosie Hopkins Sweet Shop, and just awesome reading experience. The tension, the drama, the family drama, the relationships, the very much realness at Christmas time, but also all of the comfy cozy feels and vibes, and just a nice little package wrapped up in a nice little bow. And it was just like so good. It kept me on the edge of my seat, and quite frankly, I probably would have read this book in a day if I didn't have work. So thank you, work, for interrupting my reading time. Always. Then we went to Bath & Body Works, visual proof, and I got two things, and I didn't even think I would get these scents because I was looking at a different scent, but this came in a body wash, the Twisted Peppermint, and also the spray. And because my hair just is thick and a nuisance, I usually always do Dove, like gentle care for my head, because also allergies and stuff, it just works well with my skin and with my hair. So have that, but I usually always get the unscented ones. There's a reason I'm talking about this and giving that TMI. So for body washes is where I really like to just like get some fun scents. And so finally I got to go to Bath & Body Works after like years of never having gone and gotten anything again, and I got to get a book again. I mean, I know I got a book for my birthday in November, but up until that point, I literally have not gotten a book from Barnes & Noble in so long, probably longer than a year as well. So this was fun. This was a great fun time for me to just let loose and shop. And I know I only bought 3 things, but that is literally letting loose because I have been pinching pennies and because I stick to my budget and I've been doing overtime. Plus I just work so much that I don't have time to go out anymore. So these next 2 days, I'm just going to soak it all in, and then I'm going to be going over to my sister's, and then we're going to be doing all of the things as well. So I am just really getting treated well at the end of this year by my mother and my sisters. I got good people making sure I don't overwork myself and potentially unalive myself because of said work hours. So cheers to that. And now we're making tacos and about to play the Hogwarts battle game and figure out a movie, potentially a Christmas one, because why not? We're still in December. Adios.
Me again. So we are now at the part of the video where I said that we were gonna get to. So this last day of December, I just had a really hard start. And I think it was because I finally slowed down and I didn't do anything. Now granted, yesterday I said I didn't do anything, but I kept myself busy and distracted with things that I normally like. And it worked in a sense to put off all of the things that I needed to sit with. And I know I said on Sunday that I prayed about some things and I laid down some worries and anxieties at the Lord's feet, and I did. What happened was, after that, I then kind of kept going with life, so that when I finally sat down with everything and meditating on the year and meditating on life at the current present moment, I realized something about myself, and that was I was putting off feeling anything about things that have happened, and I was just feeling it really hard. And the reason that I picked up the camera to even talk to you guys was because it's always been brought up around the holiday season that the holidays are like a magnifying glass and they amplify emotions. And there was something about that kept coming up, which I thought was odd, because like, why was I thinking that if everything was going well and everything was going okay and a lot of fun things were happening in my life? Answer: I was really going through it, and I was just trying to push those feelings off to the side so I didn't have to worry about it or face it, because facing that meant coming to realizations and acknowledging realizations that were very hurtful and painful, but it would eventually lead to growth. I just need to acknowledge that they exist so that I can have the opportunity to grow. And now that I have acknowledged it, you know, I am talking with my mentors, I am talking with my friends, my close friends, my inner circle, and I'm just finding the right way to go about those realizations and living with that knowledge now. It is a little hard. I did have to feel, but I brought the emotionality onto the internet for the express purpose that it's okay to be in those emotions. It's okay to feel emotions. Those are valid. And sometimes you need to go through those emotions in order to then get to the other side, which is, I wouldn't say which is where we are now, but we're on closer towards the other side where, you know, you are able to sit with the emotions, feel them, and then start to acknowledge them, and then start to work on how you are going to go about your reactions and your responses now that you know what is going on and you have come to that realization of what is happening. And so I wanted to bring that on because of that thought that kept popping up of the holidays amplifies all emotions, positive and negative. And the reason that kept popping up was not only because of what I was going through, but I was also reading a fair few books over the month of December. I read 3, actually. Shameless plug, if you guys want to see which 3 and their ratings, you can go over to my booktube channel. I'll leave that linked in the description box down below. Yes, I went there with that shameless plug. I did. But anyways, these stories that I read were not necessarily the Christmassy vibe that many think of when we think Christmassy vibes. I refer to them as old-timey nostalgic Christmas versus like the aesthetic Hallmark modern Christmas. And I explained my thought process there, but basically the types of Christmas stories where we follow along a character who is really on the struggle bus and comes to a happy ending after working through those emotions. And that's kind of what was happening with me. And I just wanted to put it on the internet in vague terms because I'm not going to be posting all my business on the internet, right? And a lot of my realizations are not just my story to tell, therefore it's not going to be told. But it is a part of life. It is something that I was going through, and I was like, you know what? There are people who maybe around this time of year don't feel as seen with all of the aesthetic, overly theatrical, consumeristic type portion of the holiday that we always see. And maybe it's okay to talk about the times where we struggle, especially during the holidays, because You know, we're always struggling, and the struggle doesn't stop. Life doesn't stop because of a holiday season, even though we wish it could. And it's okay to acknowledge the struggle, because we can find better ways to cope with the struggle instead of having to figure it out on our own and potentially hurting ourselves more than was actually necessary had we just talked about it. You know that song, We Don't Talk About Bruno? Maybe it's time we do.
I'm not feeling the best today. I think you guys have slowly seen the decline, so I wasn't gonna lie and say like I'm having a good time. I tried to have a happy face for everything that was happening, but I'm just so overwhelmed with a lot of stuff, and it's like I haven't been able to process anything, and everyone is asking stuff of me and demanding things and pushing times, and it's just, I'm kind of done. I'm glad I get these 2 days. I'm glad I get today to myself. I literally, anyone who could potentially contact me, I was like, I can't do this today. I need to be alone today. Anything else, I'm just gonna ignore. I'm gonna do what I need to do to pack for tomorrow to go see my sister, but I can't. I just can't wait. I can't wait for this year to be over, and I can't wait to actually feel joy about stuff that's actually happening in life. I don't know. I just need to get this out so I can get it out and then move on. A lot of really good stuff has been happening, but I feel like, to be really truthful with you guys, I feel like I have not felt any joy about it. Some stuff has gone down, some things have been brought to my attention, and yeah, it hurt, but I thought I would be able to have other things to kind of give me that joy and that distraction for a little minute. No, and it just added on to the stress and everything, and it just feels like right now that I'm just being talked at and demanded things from. And it just feels like I have had no time to just sit and allow myself to feel any of it, the good and the bad. Much like in Vlogmas, you guys saw a lot of some of the stress and the anxiety and the frustration, and so I'm bringing that realness here, but I'm also going to bring the excitement and the joy when it happens. It's a constant progressive thing, you know. There is moments of struggle. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay to address it. It's okay to have a conversation about times when you're just not feeling good. It's okay to be honest during those times too. It's just been something that's on my mind around the Christmas season, how there are things that people are going through in the negative that could be amplified, because the positives we already know, they're amplified. Negatives are also amplified, and I'm just reminded through my readings, through just this time of year and everything that's being brought up again that I may have either suppressed or didn't even know I had to deal with. There are always going to be those things that we struggle with, and sure, oftentimes the good can outweigh the bad, but in those moments when the bad outweighs the good, just know that, you know, it's okay to feel those emotions. It's okay to work through them. There is always a light at the end of that tunnel. There is always a hope. There is always a bright next thing. So yeah, I wanted to be very honest about that, because I genuinely don't think I'm going to be doing anything worth vlogging today. I don't even feel like I'm going to vlog. I'm just going to try and get through today so I can get to tomorrow. And that's kind of just where I'm at. That's the honesty of how I'm feeling right now. And yeah, but tomorrow I'm going to be on a plane. It's going to be January 1st. Bye.
So, I didn't want to just talk about the struggle of this, right? You guys saw the struggle. Now let's talk about the hope. The hope and the silver linings in all of this is that, true, I was going through it. True, I had to sit with my emotions, and sitting with those emotions, it hurt. But it gave me realizations. It gave me answers. And it gave me some perspective. Namely, don't be like me. Don't find excuses to work or to go out to party, to do whatever, and not address things in your life. I know it's hard, easier said than done, but when you notice something, don't be afraid to sit with it and acknowledge it, because you might be saving yourself a lot more pain in the future. Another thing I learned is that sitting with your emotions, while it can hurt, is the first step to processing, to growth, to finding answers on how to cope with whatever it is that you came to the realization of. It's a valid thing to do, you know, because we are human, we're not robots. We feel it so that you don't internalize it, so that it doesn't explode in a way that we never wanted it to in the first place. Okay, so that's another thing. The other thing I learned is to share when you are struggling with other people who you trust to help you, advise you, comfort you, and lead you on the right path. And sometimes we may not like the answer that we get, but find those people who are honest with you. Say it in love, obviously, but who are honest, who maybe even know the situation or who have gone through a similar situation. Find people who you trust, talk with them, and be open to their answers. That's another thing I've learned. Reminders. There is always light at the end of the tunnel. Nothing stays awful forever. Sometimes you gotta struggle through to get to the good stuff, and the good stuff is so rewarding and worth it, let me tell you. So don't give up, keep enduring. Let's get on with the rest of the video, but I wanted to put that in there because I think it was a good, real moment, and we could talk about some good, real stuff because of that. So, back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Hi guys, we are out and about on the town right now, so sorry for the noises. We are near a busy-ish type of street. We're just sitting outside of the library because I am dropping off some books. So I had quite the haul for my booktube fam. So if you guys aren't over there, I had a huge stack of books, and some of the books I'm going to be returning today, not all of them. I am keeping one for a reading vlog that I'm hoping to get done very, very soon. Not the least of which is motivated by the fine that could potentially happen should I keep it any longer. So that's a thing. Also, the wind is in my hair. I just had a shower, so my hair is flighty. It's a whole situation. I was thinking of doing like a little wrap up right here, but it's just so loud and everything. So I'm probably going to go somewhere else and do that wrap up, or turn up the windows, roll up the windows. And, I mean, that doesn't make sense. Wasn't that a term that was used when you actually had to like roll up the windows, you know, with that little handle thing? If you don't know what I'm talking about, y'all are very young. This is a pastime for cars, but you actually had to like roll up the windows, which is where that term came from, I'm thinking. But like, isn't that where that term came from? Anyway, yeah, I might roll up the windows and do a little wrap up. I just got back from doing a little drop off at Goodwill, and that was awesome. And as you guys could probably see in the back seat there, there you go. There's a lot of boxes. So apparently what happens, right, is people bring stuff to Goodwill, but sometimes it's in trash bags, sometimes it's in boxes. So they have a lot of boxes to just give out, I guess. So, oh, let's get it here. Yeah, so that's the reason I was able to get some boxes. We're able to get that for free for the move, which that is awesome. We're gonna get us some lunch, head back home, and finish packing for my trip for Colorado tomorrow. So all good stuff. I'm gonna go do that, and I'll catch you guys up in a bit.
Might catch you guys up in a bit. I mean, not at all. But that's okay. Anyways, I am back to outro this video. I did outro it after the breakdown a little bit, but I decided that was not the footage I was going to use. And I also had more of the day filmed anyway, so I just thought I would do a better outro where I'm not like crying. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, for enduring all of the ups and downs of life. Hey, that is what you sign up for if you sign up with this channel, and if you are considering that, feel free to do so. It's free to you for all time. Feel free to join our little community here. It has been such a fun time getting to get back into it this year and to be more consistent towards the end of the year, and I hope to be as consistent as I was towards the end of the year into this new year. And I hope that we just have a lot of fun on this journey together, you and I, where I just bring you guys along for whatever life has for us. And if you guys want to follow me on any of my other social medias, feel free to do so. I'll leave those linked in the description box down below. I'll leave my booktube channel linked in the description box down below if you guys are into bookish stuff. So that is all I have for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!